I don't think I can do that today. I don't think I can do that today. I have a talk. I've been working on it for weeks. It's pretty good. There was an article in the Forward, which is one of the Jewish publications, that I just read a couple days ago. Actually, yesterday, I don't remember. 65 rabbis, 65 talks. What are the rabbis around the nation going to talk about on Rosh Hashana? And they each give, a synopsis of their talk. And I'm reading all of them. And I'm thinking, no. I mean, they talk about anti-Semitism and the rise of anti-Semitism. Obviously, that was a critical year. 12 of our people killed. I mean, there's so many topics. So many topics. And believe me, over 65 rabbis, all the topics were covered. And I didn't connect with any of them. And I was agonizing whether I would connect to the talk that I had just written, if it was at all relevant. And I didn't decide. I decided not to decide. And see what would happen right now. The one piece that I really resonated with out of 65 rabbis, one, was a piece that was exactly mirroring where I am. And that piece said, I got nothing. I got nothing. There's nothing that can be said, I don't think, faced with what we're faced with. I've been depressed. I start thinking about the high holidays and this moment, early summer, by June. Start gathering books, trying to find an angle, trying to find something to say. I probably read 5 books just over the last 2 months, maybe more. At first I thought, I was going to talk about this. And it's like, nah. Well, I'm going to talk about that. No. Nothing stuck. There was nothing that stuck. There was nothing relevant that anyone can say. That's why I like that woman rabbi who said, I got nothing. You don't know this, but this process every year is extremely hard and painful. And I'm not just talking about the countless hours that I work on this. Every year, just try to be here. I have to disconnect from the world. I jokingly refer to it as having to go into my submarine, but it's really what it is. You can ask my family. And this year has been horrendous. This year has been the hardest. Because I've been doubting the whole thing. I've been doubting myself. I've been doubting my work. I've been doubting the purpose of me doing this. What does this story say? This story says, do not sacrifice your children. Literally. Literally. And I'm not one for literal interpretations. But you can't get around that one. Do not sacrifice your children. What the hell are we doing? I couldn't we've been around 3,000 years, the Jewish tradition. We've had the greatest teachers, the greatest minds, the mystics, the Kabbalists, the Talmudists, the deep thinkers, the enlightened beings. We've had them all. Not just us. 2,500 years of Buddhist and Hindu tradition, with also the greatest meditators that ever were, the people who have explained to us how the universe works and the truth of all being. We've had Islam, you name it. And look at where we are. Look at where we are. We haven't even gotten the simple message, do not sacrifice your children. Not yet. Forget about enlightenment. You see the state of mind that I've been in? It's like if we haven't been able to do this, all the spiritual traditions for thousands of years, all of them, and this is where we are right now, on the edge of the greatest catastrophe of human existence. Not only are we wiping ourselves off the earth, but the entire, all the species of the earth. And not in like another 1,000 years. I was reading an article on Wednesday morning. I should stop reading stuff. But I need to because, I feed on this to try to come up. I was writing this yesterday morning still. It was a HuffPost article attempting to describe what the life of a newborn, a baby born today, this week, would look like over the next decades. And as they reach, it's 2019, as they would reach 80 years old in 2100. And what that child, and then teenager, and then young adult, and then what they will have to face every 10 years. It's happening right now. And then I had to drive to do the best I could, attending the bris of Rachel and Josh's little boy who was just born, Micah. And to be there for them and to make this moment joyous and meaningful for them because, and inside I was crying. How was I going to do that? And in the car, I was just wrestling with that, driving down. I decided I was going to put music on. And I plugged my phone in my car, and a random song came up from Wicked, the musical Wicked. It's the song, about good, doing good. I don't remember the name of the song. It's the one that has that line, I don't know if I've been changed for the better, but because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Do you know that song? It's a very, very famous song. For good. I think it's called For Good. Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And because my mind were, in the darkest places that it was, the first thought that came to my mind as this song played was, it would be nice for my daughter Amalia to sing that song at my funeral. I'm serious. And then I thought, well, that wouldn't be fair. Maybe my wife, Amy, and my son would like to join. It's like, why just Amalia? And then I thought, the few of you might be there. And I thought, well, why limit? Maybe a few of you, I thought of a few of you coming and maybe singing as well. And I thought of all of you. I thought that all of you could be there, maybe. I don't know, you might be busy that day, but I wouldn't blame you. I'd be dead anyways. But I kind of had this moment where, like, it was shown to me. I don't know how to explain that. But it was shown to me that all of you would be there and all of you would sing because I knew you. I've been changed for good. And that's nothing compared to what happened to me on Wednesday. I had to pull over because that was a puddle of tears. And then that story came up. I've told that story before. You know the story of the starfish? There's been a storm, a major storm at sea. Major storm. And because of the storm, thousands upon thousands of starfish have been washed up on the shore. And they're all dying. The storm has passed. It's now a sunny day, and they're all dying, drying up on the beach. And this old man walks onto the beach and sees the thousands and thousands of starfish dying. And then in the corner of his eye, you see at the very back of the beach over there, he sees this little girl. And he can't really know, but he looks at her, and it looks like she's bending over, she's grabbing a starfish, and she's throwing it back in the water. And then doing that again and again. So he walks up to her and is like, little girl, what are you doing? What? But look, there's like thousands and thousands of starfish on this beach, thousands. There's no way you can make any difference. And she looks at him, bends over, picks up a starfish, throws it back into the water, and said, well, he made a difference to that one. And in my darkest moment, where I wanted to give up everything, I found my starfish. And it was you. It was you. You are my starfish. And that's why I'm here today. Doing this or trying to do this. And I decided 5 minutes ago that I was not going to read that talk because who cares? Put it online, you can read it later. It's irrelevant. But I wanted to tell you a few things, since you're my starfish. Take care of your inner life. Take care of your inner life. Be mindful. Because the world out there is getting us stuck in the wheel of hatred. It's getting us stuck in our little devices. And it's destroying our inner life. And it's critical, if we're going to even attempt to survive this, that we do it from that place, that we do it from within, because that's where we're going to be able to find the answers. Albert Einstein said, what did he say? You cannot find the answer of a problem at the level of consciousness from which the problem arises. Take care of your inner life, because that's where the solution is. And as long as we are caught up in the outer, dizzying cluster, you know what I mean. We're never going to find the answers. They're never going to be there. We have to rise to the next level. And we can't do that unless we take care of our soul and work on ourselves and expand our consciousness and read books and listen to people who expand our minds, so we can learn to take more and more perspectives. What else was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you interesting things. I was going to tell you to find your starfish. לא עליך המלאכה לגמור, ולא אתה בן חורין להיבטל ממנה. You do not have to fix everything. You don't have to say you have to fix everything. That's in Pirkei Avot. That's in one of the first tractates of the Talmud. לא עליך המלאכה לגמור. You don't have to finish everything. You don't have to complete the work. ולא אתה בן חורין להיבטל ממנה. But you can't desist from doing it anyways. So find your starfish. What little thing that would make a difference? You don't think about fixing the globe.